Hi, welcome to the Arsenal Fans Focus TV. This podcast is all about you, the fans, your passion and your opinions, and for the love of the game, take centre stage. Let's dive in. How you doing, Adam?
Very well, thanks, Pat. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How you doing, Phil?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing a lot better than you at the moment, mate. And how you doing, Jake?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Thank you.
Good to see you. Kieran, good to see you.
Yeah, and you, mate.
And good to see your son. I forgot your son's name. Kian.
Say hello.
How you doing, buddy? You going to stay with your dad? All right. Okay. Right. Right. Here we go. Right. What we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about the transfer window. Not for too long. We're going to be talking about the last 3 games, what everyone thinks about the last 3 games. Also, we're going to talk about a little bit about Arteta. And what this is about is, did Arteta make the right decision in the team selection? That's one of the things because that's a big topic at the moment. That's what we're going to be talking about. So the first thing I'm going to kicking it off with Adam. Adam, how do you feel out of 10 the transfer window for Arsenal and why?
The transfer window was an 8 or 9. I think we've pretty much plugged the holes that we needed to. I think we all knew we needed a number 9. There's a lot of players coming in. There's obviously a lot of depth into the squad now. We've replaced the people that have departed. I think we've even gone above and beyond in some positions. I mean, I think I said in the past, I didn't feel like we needed much more in defence, and we've gone and got Hincapi. Mosquera looked brilliant at Anfield. It just looks a really strong squad now, and I think that's shown by the fact that someone said, like, yeah, this time last year, if you'd lost Saka, Odegaard, Havertz for a game away at Anfield, you'd have been really worried. And we went into that thinking still fairly confident. That says a lot about the transfer window. So I think it's been really good overall. Okay.
Jake?
Yeah, pretty much what Adam said. Really happy with the window. Obviously, attacking wise, Gyökeres, Madueke coming in, Zubimendi slotting straight in that number 6 position. Mosquera, as Adam said, had slotted in straight away at Anfield. What on occasions come on, make your debut, and looks solid. To be fair, Hincapi was like a bonus, I suppose. I wasn't really expecting anyone else in defence. Obviously, with Kivior going, he's obviously had to replace him, but such a strong player to come in. But yeah, I think it's like we're getting like Man City in a way where we've just got a player and who can come in and do a job straight away, pretty much. Even Madueke, fair play to him, wasn't expecting much, and he was probably our most dangerous outlet at Anfield, and yeah, he impressed me, to be fair. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the transfer window. I think when a couple of weeks before it all kicked off, we were saying the players that we wanted, and I think we've pretty much got every player that we said that we wanted, as far as like Gyökeres, Eze, Zubimendi obviously coming in. We knew about that for a while, but yeah, overall very happy.
Okay, cool. Kieran?
Yeah, mate, I think the transfer window was actually all right for us, to be fair. We've got our number 9, what we've been looking for quite a while, since Aubameyang left. Yeah, pleased with the transfer window, to be fair. We've got Madueke, yeah. Replacement if, obviously, when Saka happens with an injury. Hopefully he won't be out too long, but yeah, and got a defender replacement there as well, which yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Okay, Phil.
Yeah, quite happy with the transfer window, to be fair. As the other guys have highlighted the point, obviously we've been desperate for a number 9 for so long, and like the Arsenal fans just asked the question now: why is it taking so long to get the number 9? You know, that's the only question still left on people's tongues. I think is why is it taking so long? I get Arteta's a really, really good manager, but again, it comes back to that question: why is it taking so long? You know, Zubimendi, he's fitting right in. Madueke, I think we're yet to see the best of him as yet. So, I mean, the past couple of games he's played, he's impressed me a bit. He's shown more determination that he did at Chelsea. So,
okay. Well, anyone jump in, guys? Jump in. What he just said, Adam? What do you reckon? Why is it taking so long?
I think he's always had a trust in Havertz. I think I've said it on here before. I think
Sorry, everyone jump in whenever you like. Now,
I think with Havertz, it wasn't a natural. You wouldn't say he was a natural number 9, but I think I've always said it. I always think Havertz did an underrated job up there, especially the way he brought Martinelli and Saka into the game. I think again we did lack a number 9 in certain games, but we did score a lot of goals, especially 2 seasons ago with Havertz up front. And I think he probably he fitted the mold of what Arteta was looking from his shape of a team. I think he got to the point where last season there was too many games against teams in a low block, mid-table teams where we couldn't unlock them, and I think we had to try a different option. And I think Arteta loves Havertz, you can tell that, but I just think he realised we needed a different option up front, really.
Yeah, I think since the last number 9 we had was Aubameyang, so it has been a while since we've had that out-and-out striker. Gyökeres just looks like similar to Haaland in a way, which is not going to have the same build-up play and bringing other players into play as such, like a Havertz would and has done successfully for the last couple of years. He's just literally an out-and-out goal scorer, so you probably won't see him for a lot of the game, but he will get you hopefully those 1 or 2 goals that are needed, that we were lacking with that ruthless finishing, I suppose. So hopefully he can do a job for us this year.
All right. Look, what I want to find out is, let's just talk about the last 3 games. I'm saying the last 3 games. I completely forgot the first one. The first United away. Can we just quickly? We haven't spoken about that, have we? Since so we haven't met. So I mean, I want to know how's everyone feeling about the start Arsenal's had up until now with the Liverpool game. I want to start off with you, Karen. How did you feel about the first game? Did you feel that Arsenal showed the potential of capable of challenging for the league? Do you if you want to talk about it, each game, that's up to you. But what do you think?
Basically, what it was is at the first game against Man U, I think we was how can I put it, lacking a bit of. It's quite a hard one, to be fair. I think.
Did you think that Arsenal? Did you think Arsenal dominated that game? Did you think Victor played that well? Was Arsenal? Was the squad? Was it built around him? The new players, were they out of place? Martin Zubamendi, did he control the midfield as everyone thought he would do? The back four, was the back four all over the place, as some people were saying?
I think that anyone
just jumps in.
We was all over the place with that game. That was 50-50. That was, to be fair with you. Our defence was all right, but we just kept giving the ball away quite easily to them.
Yeah. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Jake?
I think the first game we can't read too much into, because I think Man United away any time in the season is going to be difficult for us. We never really our record isn't great up there. I think we were shocked with the way United played, and I think we weren't at the races at all, really. I think Leeds at home, I think it was like, for the fan, I think it was a perfect day out for the fans. Obviously, I've seen you up there. And obviously Dalman making his debut, Gyökeres getting his 2 goals, Eze getting announced. I think going back to the game, though, I think it was quite slow for the first 40 minutes or whatever, and then obviously I think that Saka goal just before half time changed it. In the second half, we were obviously a bit better. We do look like we are a bit risk averse at the minute. To be fair, following on to the third game, Liverpool, I thought Arteta played it well. To be fair, I knew from the starting 11 that we're not going to be creative. We're not going to be attacking, as it were. I think Martinelli was brought in to do a job defensively, not necessarily offensively, because he does defend very well on that side and has done with Saka when he comes in. And then I think the game plan was to obviously bring on the creative players after 70 minutes, which he did do. And obviously we couldn't do nothing about the free kick. It was a worldie of a free kick. And Eze should have probably poked that chance in right at the end. Felt some contact and went down for the pen, but obviously it didn't happen. But I think, we played it well. I know some fans are saying we should have gone all out attack, but I think that would have fell into Liverpool's hands really, because we completely nullified them. To be fair, I don't remember Salah doing anything at all really, and I think we did. I think we did well, and I think the game plan was to try and attack them late, but obviously we got stung by that goal, that free kick that we couldn't do nothing about, and obviously it was too late. We probably should have maybe brought the subs on a bit earlier. But overall, we've had 2 tough away games, United and Liverpool away. We've got another one coming up with Newcastle away. But I feel defensively we're so strong. We need to start building on this and just letting our attackers be a bit more creative.
You've hit it.
I think that will come with time with Madueke and Eze getting used to.
You've basically hit it on the nail. And I've got to be honest. Like I hear what you're saying. I do. I totally disagree with you. What you've just said. I'm sorry. I'm not a negative person. I love my Arsenal. I always will say that. I love Arteta. I'll always will say it. I'm a passionate person. I'm a passionate guy when it comes to my team. But Arteta has to understand now, and I'm raging because Arteta needs to understand now. He has to win. Yeah. Arteta, Liverpool was there for the taking. I'm sorry in what you just said there.
Yeah, but you say that they were only there for the taking because Arteta's plan was nullified their whole attack. Midfield.
It was a defensive. The lineup itself. It was just defensive. It hit Arteta and the same with the Liverpool manager. Both managers went out there playing for a draw, and touching up on the free kick. Yes, it was a great free kick. I don't think the goal should have stood. I see that same kind of free kick get ruled out in the Palace-Chelsea game. And because there were 2 Liverpool fans interfered within 1 metre of that wall. VAR needs to be consistent on that.
We know. Look, I mean, we can carry on saying that shouldn't have been ruled out. We know that Arsenal aren't going to get favours from VAR or from referees. Forget that. That ain't going to happen. VAR and a lot of decisions that's just come out this season was made for Arsenal. Yeah, and that's a fact. So we can't worry about.
But Pat, if Eze scored that chance, we'd be saying Arteta, what a great performance. He's gone in the first half. He's completely nullified Liverpool. And as he finishes that chance later on, we brought our creative players on after like 70 minutes, and then we went for it.
Exactly.
It was too late. It was too late.
It was too late. I know you want to. I know Adam's going to jump in, but I just want to say this, okay? Liverpool was there for the taking. Liverpool played. Was it Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bournemouth, and Bournemouth was down. Bournemouth should have. They should have got a draw out of it.
That was end to end. We're never going to play that game.
Listen,
I understand what you're saying, but
that is the reason. And now that is the very reason why we won't win the league, because we're going to be playing too defensive. Arteta. The problem. What I saw on Sunday, when I saw that lineup, I knew Arsenal went out there. Okay, he put his himself on the line to say, we're not going to lose this. Okay, we're going out there to hopefully get a draw, or to what Arsenal done. Arsenal lined up their players to do counter attacks. Okay, hit them on
the same exact thing.
Hit them on the counter breaks. At the end of the day, Liverpool are leaking goals. Okay, Arsenal have got goal scorers all over that park. All over that park. Arsenal should basically play their own game. They should have. We had 3 holding midfielders. We've got the best backs. We've got the best back in Europe, and that defensive in Europe. We've got great midfield holders. Okay, we've got great midfield attackers. But it was all about making sure we don't leak goals. And Liverpool can't score against us, and Liverpool done the same thing. We had Eze. Why the heck did Eze sit on the bench? Eze, he hasn't come from abroad. We didn't get him from abroad. Okay, he's got no injury. Okay, Eze has scored in the last 3 seasons against all 5 oppositions.
That's what I was saying about Martinelli. The only reason I think Martinelli started was because of his defensive work, and we'd be going to Anfield with a completely new front 3.
Adam, jump in, mate. Please jump in on it. Please jump in, mate.
I'm somewhere in between Jake and you, Pat, if I'm honest. It's hard to argue with the strategy when it's 22 games unbeaten before that against the top, against the big 6. Now, Liverpool, as much as you say they're there for the taking, and Bournemouth should have got a draw, they conceded 4 there. If you go toe to toe with Liverpool at Anfield, not many people come out there with a win. Forest were the only team that won there in the league last year. And if you look at what Forest did there when they won last year, they did exactly what we did. They put 2 banks of 4 in, and they nicked on the counters. Anyone that went and played football against Liverpool last year, apart from PSG, didn't actually win up there. And I get it. Equally, at half time, I thought Liverpool aren't on it today. We've done enough here to go in. We're in the ascendancy. I would have brought Eze and Odegaard on 20 minutes earlier than I did. And I think that's what I'm saying. I think it was there for the taking. You're absolutely right. And I think Jake's right in the same way that, like, Liverpool, what we do at Anfield, you don't give them a sniff for the first half. You keep it tight. You get the crowd down. Caliafori was excellent. Mosquera was excellent. And it was flat. And then it felt at half time. I thought, give it 10 minutes. And if nothing changes, then bring Eze and Odegaard on. And for me, the problem was he brought him on with 20 minutes to go, and we just couldn't get in that flow. And once we did that, it felt like we were going to score. And yeah, I agree. I wanted Eze to start. I did, but equally, I understand the Martinelli thing. I do, but I just think it was too late. I think where Arteta got it wrong was he became overcautious. And last season, I got it when we went to these big grounds and we had injuries, and I understood it.
I agree.
But
totally agree.
This year, I think you were right in the fact that we had enough players to go and change the game earlier at 0-0, and I think that's where we got it wrong. I think at 50 minutes, I think there's only one winner of this. Like they completely nullified Salah, Ekatike as well. Like, they weren't getting a kick, and I thought what worried me about it was, as you said, Rice, Zubimendi in the back 4 looked so solid. I thought we didn't really need Martinelli going backwards for another 30 minutes. So at that point, you could release the shackles as they would go forward, release Odegaard, take Mourinho off. Mourinho was went back to his kind of clunky old self, really, and it for me it was too late. And again, have we to come out there in 0-0, I probably would be saying the same thing. I think the free kick obviously made it all the worse, but I probably would still be saying it's an opportunity missed. We could have won out there. So yeah, I do agree with both of you to an extent.
I mean, look, it's like with Martin. I mean, we've got one of the most prolific strikers in Europe. He was. Oh, did you see that when Martinelli was running with the ball and he was open?
Yeah.
But Martinelli just didn't look up.
That's always been Martinelli's problem, though. He's always been head down. He drives me mad going forward like that.
It does, but I don't know what it is about Martinelli. But I think I love that guy, and I think he can turn games around. But there's something about him that's not confident anymore.
He's not been
about him.
Is it because Arteta's drilling into him that their wingers you have to do so much defensively as well that we're losing a bit of their flair or a bit of their attacking ability?
It's a little bit like Pep as well, Jake. If you look at what Grealish is doing at Everton, Now, I've always said Grealish. I would have taken Grealish at Arsenal 2 years ago. I always thought Grealish was the top player at Villa, and Grealish was the classic kind of like, you've got to give him a free rein in that side. And at City, he was so stagnant and such a system-based player, and it just didn't work. And to an extent, I always thought Mahrez was never quite as good at City as he was at Leicester. It was the same kind of thing. And I think Martinelli, like you just said, Martinelli's best work back in the day was kind of taking players on, driving at him. It feels like he's got to kind of keep it tight, double up on Salah, and just kind of run and get the ball away. It didn't feel like he had the kind of any confidence to take. The annoying thing was Szoboszlai, as good as he was, he's not a right back. And as soon as Eze came on, he skinned him twice on the touchline very late on, and it was like Marseille had a couple of chances to actually take him on, and he cut back, and it was just the frustration was there. It was like he wasn't even an actual fullback, and we didn't take him on.
Yeah, Karen. Phil, anything?
Touching up on again, Martinelli. He's got to find that confidence again. It may have been down to that injury that he had. I don't know what it is, but it's like you guys are saying. He's always head down, and the training staff need to pick up on that and say, look, you need to look. You need to look what you're doing. There's guys in the box waiting for a ball in, and you're just not seeing them.
I think with these sort of players, we're just not getting the ball to them early enough. We're playing side to side, trying to progressively get up the pitch. Where these players, we need to be giving Madueke the ball on the halfway line and letting him run one-on-one against his fullback. We need to be doing the other side for Eze, let him come in, do what he wants.
Is it me? I mean, you just hit something on the nail. Is it me, or am I just picking up on things? Are Arsenal playing around at the back too much?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He won't. Yes, but he won't change it.
I mean, I'm not being funny, Raya. We see what his distribution. We know what his distribution is like. He done it in Brentford. So I've seen it in one game since he's been in an Arsenal shirt. Distribute that ball very quickly and release players. Yeah, sometimes I get it. He's got no one to hoof the ball up to. But now we have. He can easily lob that ball up the field to. You'll have Gyökeres on the halfway line waiting for it.
I mean, I understand from building up from the back, but it's too much. Not only that, when for instance, let's say Martin Zubimendi passes the ball back to, let's just say it might be Saliba or Gabriel. Then Gabriel will pass it back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper would hold it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. It brings in and that forward, who whatever opposition is, all right, and it takes too long. Now, then he thinks to himself, okay, I'm gonna have to try and pass it out to the left-hand side of the wing. What?
I think it's all part of the plan, Pat, to draw these players in to make these spaces.
That, mate. It's all part of the plan, but it's not working because Raya is taking too long and he's making mistakes.
Yeah.
What he does, he passes that ball up the middle and he's getting caught out numerous times. Surely, I remember when I was watching. Sorry, what are you saying, Karen?
Like that game at my friend with Tottenham, he had a mistake.
And what he does, and I've noticed it because I'm sitting behind Arteta, he doesn't say sorry to the players. He looks at his goalkeeper coach, because I remember when I was sitting there, I saw Arteta went to the bench, pulled up his goalkeeper coach, and tell him to talk to him. All right, and all he does, he turns round and he lifts up his hands and says sorry to the goalkeeper coach. It's ridiculous. Honestly, Arteta needs to say to him, you either, if you're not sure, get that ball out straight away, okay? Or make sure you don't kick that ball down that middle, because he got caught out twice in that middle. And all he does is just stick his hands up.
I think Arteta just loves having the ball. If we have the ball, the other team can't do fuck all, and that is as simple as that. So if Raya punts it out, I think he'll get annoyed if Raya just punts it out or punts it out.
There's no point, no use having the ball.
I understand, I agree, but we're only noticing these mistakes because normally we do play it around the back and there's no issue. But he is getting caught.
I wouldn't say there's no issue. there are issues sometimes because Raya takes too long in figuring out, I'm going to either pass it out to Calaflori or I'm going to pass it out to Timber. Oh, okay. If I don't want to give it to Timber, who's in that middle? Is that Rice or is that Martin Zubimendi? When you pass a ball like that in the middle, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. I think the problem is, Pat, I think our high risk footballs are all in defence at the moment. Like you said, the shackles are I don't think it's the fact of like Raya taking too long. I think he's actually playing a high risk game where they draw the strikers in from the other team and they try and that's why a lot of time you think like they give the ball and it's kind of like someone's right up their arse at that point because that is the whole point of the kind of the press. But the problem is it is high risk but we're not taking those risks further up. As I say, as Jake said earlier, Gyökeres is all about spinning him behind, feed him into it early, and at the moment what we're doing to him is kind of we're giving him the ball with Canate like right up against him, and Canate looked really shaky the first two games. If you watch Bournemouth and the Newcastle game, he was all over the place, and then he looked like a well beater again on Sunday because we took too long to get up to him, and all he had to do was just nudge Gyökeres off the ball. And where Semenyo had a lot of joy against them was, as I said, like Bournemouth they broke quickly on it, and we did take far too long to get it up to the even up to the midfield. It was, and by the time we got there, Van Dijk and Canate were set.
Yeah. I want to ask this. I'm going to ask you first, Phil. What do you? And again, everyone just jump in again. All right. What's his name? Saliba got injured in warm up. Why would you play? Why would you start him? Knowing that because he apparently twisted his ankle.
Yeah,
in the warm up, but yet we're starting him.
There's something in that Liverpool game that just didn't make sense. I mean, Saka pulls up with allegedly a hamstring injury, but he's only going to be missing for a couple of weeks. I mean, is this just because there is an international break coming up and Arteta's like saving them? I mean, just like faking injuries, if you like, just so they don't go to the internationals. I mean, they were doing it last year.
Nottingham Forest game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, say again.
There was a chance that Saka's be back for the Nottingham Forest game next week.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is it just purely because they're going on international duty? Arteta said, "Look, I don't want you going."
You're not missing.
I don't think a big game like that, Saliba.
You're not missing Anfield.
Saliba like that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Saliba's come out and just said, "Look, start me. I'm going to try and play." Yeah. And obviously.
Yeah, but you see, but that's the thing. A good manager would never take. I mean, a good manager would say no. I'm not risking it.
If a player's come to you and said, "No, I'm fine,"
I'm still going to risk you. I'm still not going to risk you.
Troy Deeney, I don't know if you watched the SBS program. Troy Deeney said throughout his whole career, he reckons he was fully fit 10 times. And I remember Ian Wright said this years ago. He couldn't believe the amount of games that people were missing because he went over my whole career. I was fully fit about 20 times in my whole career. And I think, as Jake said, Saliba's looked and gone, I felt something in there, but I'm going to give it a go because I might run it off. And after 2-3 minutes, he goes, I can't do it. I had no issue with that because. I didn't know he was injured when he first walked out. If he walked out hobbling out in the warm up and then, walked out hobbling as he came out for the pitch in the first 2 minutes, I didn't notice he was injured until he went down. I don't think anyone else did, if they're honest. So he came out and then he felt something. He went, right, I can't do it. No, that's not.
Then surely that's down to the medical team to have a look at his ankle. If you twisted your ankle, it's instantly
If it's 5 minutes before kickoff.
Sorry.
If it's 5 minutes before kickoff, you ain't really got.
He's telling you he's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, again,
I think most players would do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think.
In hindsight, it doesn't look great.
I was a manager and I saw that, and I know. And well, let's put it this way anyway. All right, it happened. I hope it hasn't got worse because of that. Because we let him play for that 5-10 minutes. I hope not. But what I want to ask you, Adam. All right, because I'm going to praise him. All right. Mosquera deputizing. What a player.
Outstanding. I mean, the fee when he came in, I was surprised how low the fee was when he played 36 games for Valencia in La Liga last year.
13 million we paid for him.
Incredible. And I have to say, when he first came on, I turned to my girlfriend and I said, I went, oh, I'm a little surprised he's not put Caliafori at centre back and brought Lewis Skelly on at left back. I just thought, just because it was Anfield, not because I didn't think that Mosquera was a quality signing. I trust the board and Arteta to get these signings right, but it's such a big game to go into, like, away at Anfield. You've not had a full start. So when he came on, I was a bit, this is a bit of a risky one, especially when Caliafori's been playing so well and he's a centre back by trade. I thought it was a bit of an obvious one, but he was absolutely outstanding. It was like watching Saliba,
wasn't it?
And he was brilliant. And again, going back to your original question from 10-15 minutes ago, I think we're well in the title race because I just don't see us conceding many goals this year. I really don't. And I think, people could lose. You could lose 1-0 in a title-winning season at Anfield, and no one would really bat an eyelid. I just, regardless of how many goals we'll score this year, we're not going to concede many because, like, if you look at how many chances we've actually given up over the last 3 games, it's been hardly any. And 2 of those games have been 2 big away grounds. Leeds didn't. I mean, apart from the corner with the header, they didn't lay a glove on us. And it wouldn't surprise me if we conceded somewhere around the 25 to 30 league goals this season. And if you do that, you're going to be in a title mix.
It's going to be like a Chelsea season under Mourinho, I think.
It is.
Where it's not pretty, but
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? I mean, I think Arsenal back. Let's go back to 3 seasons ago. Was it 3 seasons ago when we came second again? 3 seasons ago, when we were beating teams 3-1, 5-1. Okay, we never had the best defense then. All right, we were literally going for it.
But we lost the title. But we lost the title. We lost the title on the goals we conceded late on, Pat. If you look back at when we lost that title, we drew 2-2 at Anfield when we were 2-0 up. We drew 2-2 at West Ham, where, like, Rob Holding, no disrespect to Rob Holding, he came in and tried to do a job, but we conceded loads of goals. We didn't lose that title.
Was the last 6 games.
We lost it because we were conceding goals and we were too open.
It was the last 6 games that Arsenal we were losing. Not losing. We never lost them. We don't forget we were 3-0 up sometimes, and they came back and scored 3 goals
because of our defense.
That won't happen with this team.
Look, Arsenal. We never had the tools. Okay, I don't think we had the tools back then, but we could have won it. We never had the tools 2 seasons ago. We never had the tools last season. Arsenal's got the tools now. We have got firepower. Arteta loves players that can score goals all around the park. Arsenal's got players that can score all around the park. He's got to believe in his players. Number one, he's got to believe that he's got the best defense in the Premier League by far. Second, and in Europe as well. He's got to believe that. He's got to believe he's got an absolute blinding, strong midfield. He's got to believe that. Now, he's got to believe he's got outstanding forwards. Now, the only thing I worry about is the left-hand side. I don't think Arsenal's addressed the left-hand side problem. I don't think they have. We can say, yeah, but we've got Eze, or we've got Nuni Madueke. Even though Nuni Madueke was one of our best players on Sunday, would anyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah. But again, I don't think Arsenal addressed the left-hand side. That's why I'm giving out of the transfer window. I wouldn't give it a 9.
We haven't given Eze a chance there, have we?
Sorry.
We haven't given Eze a chance there.
No, we haven't given
Eze 20 minutes, and
Eze is not really a left-hand sided player. That's not where we're going to address. He will play there. I'm not saying he's not going to play there, but if we wanted a proper winger, left-sided winger, we haven't addressed it. We can say, yeah, well, Nuni Madueke can play there, Eze can play there, but is that going to be their permanent position? Is it? No.
Eze will be on that left wing all season.
Okay, fine. All right, then we'll see how Eze. In fact, I'm more than confident that Eze can do something on that left-hand side, even though I still feel that we still needed a proper left-hand side winger.
I was thinking about this over there. I think Eze and Gyökeres will hopefully work well together because obviously Gyökeres likes to drift out to the left and Eze likes to drift in the middle.
But we also got to play to Victor's strength. Victor likes to play off the last man. He loves that.
Where was Victor's goal against Leeds?
Well, it came from the left. Yeah, it came from the left-hand side. Yeah, it came from the left-hand. But Victor, his strength is on a one-to-one. They double teamed him on Sunday, and they wiped him out of the
giving
game.
him the space.
Yeah, they double teamed him. They did. They double teamed him, and just like what they do with Saka, they've sussed Saka out, so they double team Saka. You look on the left hand side with Martinelli, you'll never see two players against Martinelli because they know they know the danger. Arsenal, Arteta has to understand. I believe we need to go for it, and I don't care if we lost. You know something? I would be a lot more happier, a lot more positive if Arsenal did have gone for it and lost. Because I would have said, you know something? We went at the champions, all right? We gave them a game and they beat us. They know that we're there now. They know that we're coming for you. We played negative, and that is why I'm upset. Because we've got the personnel, we've got the players to score the goals, but we didn't do it. We played negative. Okay, I would have rather Arsenal, like you said, gone gun-ho. And if we've lost it, so be it. Because everyone would know that's what Arsenal's going to do now. Arsenal's not scared of anyone, not scared of City, not scared of Liverpool. We're coming for you and we're going to go for it. We're not I
think we'd be a lot more pissed off if we lost 4-2.
No, we wouldn't have been 4-2.
No, it was an end-to-end game.
No, sorry. Because the reason why I'm saying that, Jake, is because I know Arsenal's got the best defense, and that ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. We might lose 1-0. We might lose a 1-0 or 2-1. I get it, but that is not going to happen, mate. Because I tell you,
we tried to fight. If we would have lost 2-1, at least we would have put that fight up.
And I would have said, God, you know something? We're coming for you. We're coming for you every single time. Every team now is going to see Arsenal. Who, if Arteta see it as a threat, we're going to what? We're just going to play defensive. If you want to win something, forget Liverpool, because Liverpool are there for the taking, and that's a fact. And I can see Liverpool losing some games. I can see it because they're going to be teams like Brentford and like Newcastle are going to go for you. They're going to go for you because they've got nothing to lose.
I just think this early on, we need to be careful not to fall into the Sky Sports narrative. I feel like it's 3 games in. If we would have drawn that against Liverpool, and before the start of the season we would have said, "Oh, we got 7 points out of the first 3 games." Obviously, Leeds is a given. I would have been happy with that. And I think
okay, fine.
I think everyone's jumping on the bandwagon at the minute, but I think. I think things will click. I think things will click with this. As you said, with the defense is impeccable. Raya's a great keeper. Our midfield's on point. I think as soon as these attackers get going, I think hopefully things will start to happen.
Phil, Adam, jump in, mate, because I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. People aren't jumping on the bandwagon. People just want Arsenal to start winning now. We've got to stop being cautious. Like someone said, all right, it was either going to take a spectacular goal or someone making a mistake.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Arteta's got to be brave enough to say, we are going to try and win this league.
Pat, Jake's right there. I mean, Liverpool at home, if you look at the XG of that game, 0.3 Liverpool at home to Arsenal. Liverpool got praised, like they got so much praise for being us 1-0 because of a worldly freak. They created nothing apart from that. We created nothing. We're too negative, and they're brilliant champions from 1 free kick. That's the difference. If that goes out the other end, it's Arsenal get away with the 1-0 being negative. Liverpool will do it, and it's world class. That's what Jake's saying. It's the narrative of Sky Sports is like, as soon as Arsenal lose a game, it's because they're negative. When we won at Old Trafford 1-0, it was like, well done, Arsenal. You know, you've done the right thing, and that performance at Old Trafford was worse than Anfield.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. To be honest with you, can I just ask, why do you say Sky Sports? Fuck what Sky Sports thinks. Everyone's got eyes. You guys have got eyes. You guys have got your opinion, and I get that. But all I'm saying is Arsenal has got it's like, I'll tell you now, all right? It's like what the Cronkies have just come out and said, okay? They've given Arteta the tools. They've given him the tools now.
Pat, this isn't a new thing, though. When we went unbeaten, we went to Old Trafford and we created nothing that day. Literally nothing. We got 0-0 up there. Van Nistelrooy missed a penalty in the 93rd minute. And that was a worse performance than Sunday. No one questioned it at the time because we got out there with a 0-0. We went into it going to be unbeaten. This isn't a new thing. This isn't a new Arsenal thing about going to big away grounds and trying to be tight and be solid. I've seen us lose 1-0 at Chelsea, 1-0 at Old Trafford, and playing in exactly the same way. And as I said, you go and open up against Liverpool and they can rip you to shreds. And it almost worked. I'm not saying there wasn't mistakes made, but I'm not going to judge. Like, it doesn't mean that we're suddenly out of a title race. Most teams are going to lose at Anfield this year.
Do you think Arsenal's got the best defensive team in the Premier League?
I think we've got the best back four.
Do you trust? Do you trust them? Do you trust them?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you trust do you trust what you have in the midfield? Do you trust them?
Yeah, but regardless of whether you trust a back four or not, I've seen brilliant defenses over the years become unstuck when they go gung ho against a good team. You see it in Europe. Like sometimes Inter Milan were probably the best team in Europe defensively last year. They tried to have a go at PSG last year, got absolutely ripped to shreds in that Champions League.
Yeah, I get you, but okay, fine.
But again,
what did we? Okay, fine. Man United batters us. I mean, last time. I mean, the first game, but we got something out of it. It's 3 points. We got it. We got that because we. I don't think we were ready that first game. I don't think we was. Leeds United, Arsenal played. I think Arsenal played absolutely amazing. We did because we've got players that can score goals. He let the players play their game. We go to Liverpool, we're going to be very reserved.
I don't think we were great against Leeds.
You got to remember who the opponents are, Pat. Like we're at home. We had a obviously brilliant first day, like I said, our first home game, but you've got to set up against the opponent and.
And I get that. That is why you brought in Eze, someone who scores against every top team he plays against. He's not from La Liga. He's not from the Portuguese league. He's not from the Bundesliga. For God's sake, he is.
He would have started if he didn't come in the week before. He probably would have started.
Again?
I said he probably would have started if he didn't come in the week before. That's the only reason I'd say it. If he maybe had a set of bollocks, maybe okay, I agree with you. Maybe he would have started him. But I think the way we play is so different to any other team. In the way we attack, the way we defend I don't think he would have gone with a front three that has never played at Anfield together before.
I honestly think if I'm in Arteta's shoes now, I'll be thinking, right, guys, my job's on the line here. I need this title, and we need these games killed off by half time. We see it last year. There were so many games where we could have killed it off by half time, and we just haven't done it. And then we've come away losing or drawing. Arteta needs to tell these guys, look, this is my job. Defend and in attack. The minute you see a man open, get that ball up the field. I don't care how many people are running after that ball, just get after it and get towards the opponent's goal.
I agree everyone needs a trophy, but I don't think we're at that stage yet I don't think obviously you'd never say that to the players, but I feel like it will start to click. I feel, as we said, we're so comfortable in defence. We've only conceded that one worldy goal. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're not conceding chances left, right, and centre. Liverpool created nothing. Man United were just playing the long ball. It looked like they were attacking, but they weren't actually doing anything.
But all I'm saying is, as a manager, you've been looking at Liverpool, the way they've set up, the way that the teams that they've played, the goals that they've leaked, against 10 men. Liverpool were there for the taking. I don't think I'll be putting up a lineup to be.
Why are you saying Liverpool were there for the taking? Because the way they played?
No, because I think because their defense is not that good at the moment. They're leaking goals. They're all. No one said they're all over the place, but their defense is suspect at the moment. Arsenal has got absolutely unbelievable. They've got better forwards than Brentford or Bournemouth. They've got better forwards than Newcastle. Arsenal should have. I mean, how I would look at that and how I see how Liverpool defense has been not that great and been leaking, and the way they've been playing, and because even Van Dijk wasn't, even he came out and said, yeah, we still need certain to gel together, and I know I need to step up. They were there for the taking, and I honestly, all I'm basically saying on that part is I would have tried. I would have just said, look, Eze, go for it. I would have said to I wouldn't have put on Mikel Merino. I wouldn't have done that. I would have either put back Odegaard, or I would have put Ranieri in.
I think we're overthinking the Liverpool start as well, because obviously the first game of the season is up for grabs. I'd say it's like both teams are trying like our game against United. We didn't play anywhere near as good as we should have. So a Liverpool Bournemouth, it's going to be that sort of game. The Newcastle game, we always struggle going up to Newcastle away. They had an extra spice in that because of the whole Isak situation. So it was going to be a tasty game regardless of what it was. And we completely stopped. They were nothing like the attacking force that they have been when we played them. Salah was non-existent. Ekitike,
well, exactly. There you go.
Bring the ball down.
Salah was non-existent. Certain things wasn't happening for them. That is why they were there for the taking. But we lost.
That's what Arteta's doing.
Yeah,
for me,
because with those attacking players we've got, they should have easily found a way around that defence. I agree with you, Pat. Liverpool's defence at the moment is shocking.
You see, what gets me, and I don't know if you can tell me, Adam or Jake, why does it? And it happened last season as well. Why does it take him so long to make a decision to bring a player on?
That's one thing I'll agree. The subs were.
I've said that. I've said that myself. But I think we're reading too much into United and Liverpool away. They are two of the four hardest away games we're going to have this season, if you include Spurs and City in there. Newcastle is again another one we have a shocking record at. But he's going to play that way at the Etihad. He'll play that way probably at, possibly at St James's. I don't know, but that isn't going to be the standard procedure this year. Like that is a game plan for a very tight game. And Liverpool, they've scored 7 goals in their first 2 games, and they could have scored 10, 12 in those first 2 games. They missed chances in those 2 games as well. So as much as we're saying, like we've got the defence to deal with it, we didn't. Like, as Jake says, we completely nullified.
Is he there? Is he there?
Them with the kind of
Sorry,
strategy we had.
Adam, you cut out.
Sorry. What was the last thing you heard? Sorry.
Nullified.
I said, we completely nullified Liverpool. So if you are going to nullify them, that you aren't going to score the 2 goals that Bournemouth scored. But Bournemouth scored 2 goals. They lost the game 4-2. Like we're sitting here praising Bournemouth, and we're sitting here praising Newcastle. They've conceded 7 between them against Liverpool.
Yeah, but no, I'm not praising them because they lost, Adam. I'm praising them because they went out and played their game. They wanted to win the game, Adam, not to draw the game.
They
got battered. I tell you what, like I said, I would rather play positive than be negative and lose the game.
But
and
Pat,
we did.
5 years ago, we were doing that and we were getting slapped. I know the team's completely different.
Who slapped us? Who slapped us?
5 years ago, we were getting slapped by every team. City, Liverpool.
I went to 5-1 at Anfield, 6-3 at the Etihad.
We can't talk about 5 years ago, surely, Jake, because he was trying to build.
What I'm saying, in those 5 years, look what Arteta's done. Well, even in the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now we've built it. He's built this. Look, he's Arteta. I'm not having a go at Arteta. I'm hoping you're not thinking that I'm not having a go at Arteta. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed because he's built something. He's built something solid. Believe in yourself. Believe in the team. Okay, you've went out now. You've bought great players, good players, not just quantity. You bought quality. Believe in it. Believe in it. That's what we wanted, a striker. You've gone out and got a striker.
I said about the injuries, but we went up there, and as Jake said, we went out there without Saka and Odegaard. Odegaard wasn't fully fit. We went out there without Saka, Odegaard, and Havertz. That was 3 of our main 4 attackers last year. It's a completely new setup, and our strength without those players is defensively. You just said it yourself. You said we've got the best defence in Europe. So if you're going up there without 2 of your best 3 attackers in the starting lineup, then you are going to have a problem.
Okay, so what you're saying to me there is, Arsenal has not done what they're supposed to do in the transfer window.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying.
But you're saying we've gone out with our best players. So
can still have a best player, regardless of who you replace these players. If Liverpool came to the Emirates without Saka, Isak, and Wirtz, do you think they'd be expansive against us?
Okay.
Regardless of what their backups are, do you reckon they'd have a go at us? Of course they wouldn't.
Okay. All right. So, are you saying that once again, we're short on the bench?
No, I'm not saying we're short.
It's too early doors, Pat.
I'm not saying we're short. Our best players are going to be our best players, whether you buy people or not. Saka, regardless of who we buy, you're going to miss Saka in the 11. In the same way, Liverpool buy Isak. If Salah gets injured for 4 months, they're going to miss Salah. Doesn't matter who they bought, they're going to miss Salah. He's their best player.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Well, all right.
I think basically, I'm just trying to look at the positives out of the first 3 games rather than. Yeah, of course, I would love 3 points against Liverpool, but I just think the performance, I can see what he was trying to do, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. And what was that he was trying to do?
To nullify Liverpool completely.
Nullify them, yeah.
Which he did.
Right.
And then try and score late on.
That's why he brought,
the subs should have been brought on earlier. I agree with you there.
So basically, what you're saying, nullify them, hit them on the counter.
Well, you could tell from the 11 the way he was going to play. As soon as I see Marino, Rice.
Absolutely. But what you're saying and what you and Adam just said, nullify them and then hit them on the counter.
Well, we did. If Eze scored that chance and we won 1-0, we'd be fucking praising him.
Yeah, but of course, absolutely. But it never happened. No. But then we can say again, if some buts and roundabouts, we don't know. But what I'm trying to what you've just said there, Arteta's plan was to control Liverpool, hit them on the break. Later on, let's say after the 70th minute, bringing on players, but which we didn't bring them on the 70th minute we brought them on. Right, bring them on, tire them out because Liverpool were getting tired. Even some of our players, midfielders, Zubomendi was getting tired. Okay, they were getting tired. Again, I wouldn't say take him off, or you could have taken him off because his legs were long. It was heavy. You can tell. Okay, so that's in a way you should have looked at that as well. But nullify them. Hold them and get them on the counter or break, but it just never worked. Now, when we saw Eze came on and we saw Max Dowman came on, the game completely changed.
I see.
That's good though, isn't it? That's what we
brilliant. Yeah, but you're bringing on Max Dowman last 5-10 minutes.
But it goes back to if he had made that decision about
Sorry, Karen, what you got? Karen, what you saying, mate?
I said he brought him on for the last 5 minutes. I think the game was done and settled really well because all we were doing most of the game was playing up backwards.
Yeah, okay.
I think the first half, Arteta should have realised that the tactics were working. It wasn't going the way he was expecting it to go, which way that was. If I was in his shoes, I would have said, right, I'm changing this at half time. If those changes had been made at half time, we would have seen a different second half. 100%, we would have seen a completely different second half.
I think the game went exactly how Arteta thought it was going to go. I couldn't disagree more. I think Arteta, that half time, Arteta had been absolutely delighted with how the game was going. He went exactly how he wanted it to go.
Yeah. We're not going to play it. We're not going to play this expansive attacking football. This isn't the team he's built. It's not going to be pretty. It is going to be efficient. And of course we'd love to go back to what we used to be like, but even when we had Socrates and people like that, and we had Aubameyang out up front, and we did play some nice stuff up front, but the way he's built the team, we're too physical to be. I don't know.
I want to take a short commercial break. What do you guys think about this Arsenal's new? What do you think about Arsenal's new top?
On commission.
That's what I thought. Yeah, take 20% at the club shop. That's why he's hanging around there all the time.
No, seriously, guys, what do you think of it?
I I'm not a big
I think it's
fan.
all right, but there's just too many coming out. I'm going to be right kind of down on this, but this every week it's a new collection coming out. It's unbelievable.
I mean,
What's the NTS about? Sorry,
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I mean, I
it's-
do. I mean, I do know because
new
I've got it on
collection,
here.
yes, new collection. I forget what it stands for.
Somewhere. I mean, I've got it on the Arsenal thing, on the Arsenal site. And hang on a minute. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can't find it now.
Can I just give it a quick shout out?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me see if I can share the screen quickly. Let me see if I can just quickly share the screen with you. What is it? PEP. Okay. All right.
Fourth kit.
Yeah, that's the fourth. Yeah, it's the fourth kit. It's Arsenal's new fourth kit. So I don't know. I mean,
I'm not a big fan.
huh?
It's probably got something to do with a charity now, and I sound bad or something. But scroll down a bit. New black Oscar complete strike on.
Yeah, Arsenal's speech. Black and gold kit was.
I didn't know it was a fourth kit. I thought it was a training top.
I thought it was like yeah.
Oh, it's a fourth kit.
No,
Yeah, but won't be worn by the first team. What it said down there. So it makes no sense why they released it.
Well, have you noticed we seem to have sacked off the away kit already? For me, when the team came out on Sunday, if you see, even Sky had us in the blue kits for the player reveal.
They always do that. They're lazy, Sky. Whenever we have another kit, they just put the away kit in.
Why are we taking our third kit though? Like, because when the team came out the other day, I was like, why are we both wearing red shorts? Like, it was such a weird thing. Like, you think blue was such a natural kit to wear a red team, and it was the same at Old Trafford. It was such a weird thing.
Yeah. What's the point in wearing it?
Yeah, so weird.
Probably wear it Everton away or something.
Yeah, with red shorts again.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I'm going to ask. I'm going off of this. I'm going to ask Karen. Where's Karen? Still there?
Yes, mate, I'm still here, buddy.
Karen, what do you reckon about the VAR?
I think it's a bit ridiculous, to be fair.
How ridiculous? I mean, what do you think? I mean, could you expand on that?
Let's talk about the Chelsea Fulham game. I think it was absolutely a joke. Like couple of seasons, I think that was last season. I think Chelsea, I think it was Chelsea Bournemouth, where the same free kick what Eze done with Palace, they allowed that goal with Chelsea. But then when it was Palace done that with Chelsea, they said no, which I think that's a bit out of order.
What do you reckon, Adam?
I've never been a fan of VAR. I didn't want it when it first came in. I think if you do it for the automated offsides and you do it for goal line technology, it's fine. But I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but I watched the Fulham. It was the mic'd up bit with the referees the other day, and the referee nailed what happened in his first bit. So when he spoke to the VAR room, he said, "Good bit of skill." Accidentally planted his foot basically, and he called it exactly right. And then the VAR obviously slowed it down. It was they looked at it as a stamp on the foot, and it took 3-4 minutes for them to realise that it was an accidental stamp on the foot, and they still gave the foul. And they turned.
The referee was a metre away.
Yeah, and they changed the referee's mind. And the beauty of football in the past was things like that. And no Chelsea player appealed for it. No fan was going to asking for VAR when it hit the back of the net. And everything about VAR now is like it's slow. Even I have to say, even the kind of the announcements of the referee are making me laugh now. It's all got very American. It's like they come out and it's like it's like the player knows the player's name. Number 23 from the Arsenal. Like it's like what is going on? It's got so ridiculous.
The one that really annoyed me and upset me, it was the Liverpool Bournemouth one where he's handballed it and taken it away from Ekatike running onto it.
Yeah,
and it's just like that is so obvious.
Yeah,
it's a red card, and like if that was us, like it reminded me of Saliba at Bournemouth. Obviously, it wasn't a handball, but just the positioning of it, and it was just it is getting really bad.
Yeah.
Right, guys. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to try and basically finish up on I want to give. I want to start off with what would you give out of 10, Victor Gyökeres so far? Adam.
It feels harsh because we haven't played to his strengths, but I think he's been around a 5 or a 6. He scored the 2 goals against Leeds. I think he struggled against Leeds as well, if I'm honest. I'm not judging him too early. I'm not saying he's not going to make it. I think at the moment he's adapting still. He was obviously very quiet at Old Trafford and very quiet at Anfield. I think the 2 goals against Leeds, especially the penalty, mastered. At half time, Aronson actually dealt with him very well in the first half, and Leeds looked very comfortable until we got to the shackles came off in the second half. And I don't think he's quite there yet. I think had Havertz have been fit for the last 2 games, I think he'd been taken off a bit earlier in both games, if I'm honest. No fault of his own. It will take time. You know, he's got the pedigree, he's got the goals scoring record, but he's not quite there yet at the moment.
All right. Jake, I'm going to ask you about Christian Mosquera.
Yeah, very, very pleased with his debut. Takes a lot of bollocks to come on at Anfield, especially with the crowd up. And composed, quick, strong. Didn't look out of place at all. Just a quick note on Gyökeres, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I am slightly worried. Just because he just seemed we're struggling to get him involved. I don't think that's necessarily his fault. I think we're going to have to learn as a team to get him involved a bit more.
Agree.
But like I said earlier, it's going to be like a Haaland where he is just going to score the goals and he's not going to be seen for 60, 70 minutes of the game. Do you know what I mean? Which we aren't used to in having our strikers because they're normally involved a bit more.
No, I agree with that. What do you? Sorry, Kieran, Nuni Manwaki. What do you think so far?
I personally think he's a good replacement for Saka. He's come in very well. He's adapted all right. To be fair, he played brilliant on Sunday against Liverpool. I'll give him that. I think it's just like going back to that Gyökeres thing. I'll rate him is 6 at the moment because I think a few teams are trying to work him out really.
Sorry, do me a favor. Can you bring the camera down to the face? All you can see your eyes. Thank you.
There you go, buddy.
Sorry about that.
I'll mute for you, mate.
Sorry about that, mate.
No, go on, carry on. Sorry, I'll interrupt.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll give him like I said, a 6.5 on that because he did play all right, but I think the defenders was just trying to catching him out to, and he's getting tackled quite bad, as well, really. So yeah.
All right, Phil, I'm going to give you Martin Zubimendi. How do you think he's doing so far, mate?
I'm going to give him an 8 because since he come in, he's had, he would have had a 9 if he didn't against Liverpool. So he's losing the mark for that. But so far, he's performed pretty well, and I think he's going to fit in.
We're losing you, Phil. Phil, we've lost you, mate. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I know. It's a bad connection, I think.
I think the one game where I thought... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, I thought the one game that I thought the midfield clicked was the last pre-season game, was against Bilbao. And it just looked like Rice and Zubimendi had played together for years. One would go, one would stay back. I was hoping to see a bit more of that, but it doesn't seem like they do play well together. But I think, over time, I think it will improve quite a bit.
Okay, so overall, how pleased are you, Adam, with the team?
I am pleased. Again, I think there was a half at Anfield where it wasn't been great. You have to say, I think all the new signings, Caliafori feels a new signing as well. It's weird. I know he played a fair few games last year, but I think he's been outstanding the first 3 games. I think, Lewis Skelly, if someone said 3-4 months ago Lewis Skelly would struggle to get in this team, I think he's been absolutely brilliant. I've not seen anyone do a job on Salah like he did the other day. Salah was absolutely anonymous, and I think him and Timber have been the real bright lights so far. Both of them have been absolutely fantastic. And, you always knew our centre backs were going to be solid, but those two have been brilliant. And I think as long as that back four stays fit, we're going to go very close to doing something big this year.
Okay. I'm going to ask quickly, in a nutshell, Jake, what do you think? How you feeling?
Yeah, exactly with the fullbacks. I think Timber deserves a massive shout as well, coming back from that injury. To do what he's done over the last 18 months has been unbelievable, to be fair. And even the start of the season, he just looks classy. What a classy player he is. Again, Calafiori, to keep Lewis Skelly out the side. I was hoping this might, with that Hincapié coming in, we might start to see Lewis Skelly coming on in the midfield late on in games, hopefully, because he does have that little bit of risk playing at left back. I'm happy with the team. Obviously, it was unfortunate against Liverpool, but I think we've got the basis there to really kick on. And I think obviously the likes of Eze will start at Forest, I think, and hopefully we can give them a bit more freedom and get a bit more creativity inside to start doing a bit more.
Okay, cool. Very quickly, Phil.
Yeah, basically, I'm chuffed with the way things are going. I'm not going to take too much away from the team, or I mean, we went out in Man United and Liverpool, and they were all over us. Imagine if I were getting already, and we went. We would have annihilated them, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, once things settle down and get into place, I think we can see a different Arsenal.
Okay, Phil. Next time we do this, mate, you need to sort out your connection, or is it just me?
Pat, can I say 2 things quickly? Sorry.
Saying, is it me?
No, I can hear it back.
It's a bit crackly, yeah.
All right. Okay. Next time, Phil, try and sort it out sometime. Okay.
I'm thinking because my battery's low. That's all.
Okay. Go on, Jay. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Kieran, but I was just going to say 2 things. Have you heard about the Trossard bid from Besiktas?
No.
The Turkish league have got till the September 12th, I think, and they bid 22 mil for Trossard.
Have they?
And what's everyone's thoughts on those bastards down the lane with Levy going? Has anyone got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it ain't gonna make a world of difference to me, mate. And he might. I don't think he'll go. He's still got shares in that. He's still got quite a few shares in that. And I don't think he's stepping down. It doesn't mean he's stepping down.
No, is it not? I thought he was walking away completely. Is that,
Yeah, I think he's leaving the club.
Yeah, he's leaving the club.
Yeah, that's
He's gone.
Well, for me, that's different. Now I'm worried because does that mean Tottenham's
I
going
was thinking some like a big American NFL comes
or a big state coming in?
I'm not even sure it needs that. I think my worry with Spurs has always been, I've said this for about 4 or 5 years. I don't like to admit it. Spurs' infrastructure is outstanding. You look at the stadium and the facilities and the NFL kind of deal they have, with the franchise, the concerts they have. Everything about Spurs should be a massive club. That's always worried me about is that everything about them is dangerous. But Levy's always been the one that's held them back. He's a fantastic businessman. He's not a great football person. He'd never release the funds for big players. He'd get outbid at the last second. Even the SA thing was also so unprofessional.
But Adam, is there going to be Saudi person or
whoever it is, Pat, I'm worried. Whoever it is, I think they've got enough money, regardless of whether it's a Saudi person or not. It's whether Spurs' problem has always been their professionalism in transfer deals and getting people over the line. As I say, they've got the attraction of London. They've got the biggest, they've got probably the best stadium in the country. I don't like to admit that, but I've been there. It's a great.
No, of course we got to admit it.
Yeah, and the facilities are all there. So he's an attractive option with Champions League football if they got an owner that's going to just free up the funds.
Yeah. Let me finish off with Kieran. Overall, how you feeling about everything so far with the?
I think that's we're doing right. I just think we need to stop playing from the back because we're going to end up getting so many counter attacks. But we're playing 3 games in. Can't take it away from them. Won both 2 of them, lost 1. We move on to the next.
Yep, I agree, guys. I'd like to say, everyone who's watching the video, please do us a favour. Let us know what you think about what we discussed. Please let us. Please leave it in the comments. Please subscribe. Please follow. And please like and hit the like button as well. And also let us know what you want us to talk about as well. It will be about Arsenal and friends know about it and everything, guys. And I just want to say thanks, Adam.
Cheers, Pat.
Thanks, Phil.
Cheers, Pat. See you later, guys.
All right, and thanks, Kieran.
Cheers, Pat. See you later, guys.
And thanks, Jake. You don't need to know yet.
Cheers, pal.